Maintaining equanimity is the pinnacle of virtue. Bear in mind that the more we cherish things beyond our grasp, the less control we wield. Peace emerges when we cease to be swayed by the opinions and actions of others, concentrating solely on our own deeds. The future is shrouded in uncertainty. Live in the now. It's not what you endure, but how you endure it that matters. A diamond requires friction to shine, just as a person needs trials to grow. Tranquility is the ultimate personal achievement. Those who find contentment in simplicity possess the most. Self-discipline is might. Clear thinking is mastery. Serenity is potency. One masters the world by mastering oneself. Embrace Stoicism. Do what is right and persevere. The ultimate power in life is self-sufficiency and authenticity. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but about remaining unperturbed by them. Learn to be indifferent to the inconsequential. Facing trials with a composed mind diminishes the power of misfortune. The willing are guided by destiny. The reluctant are dragged. Many mistakenly believe that life should be an endless pursuit of pleasure. A wise individual finds serenity by detaching from the chaos beyond their influence. If you're easily provoked, you're easily manipulated. Be a sanctuary of calm in a tumultuous world. Be the ruler of your mind, not its subject. Failure and hardship are the finest teachers and purifiers. There is a gap between stimulus and reaction. Within that gap lies our power to choose. A mind preoccupied with future events is a miserable one. The pursuit of comfort or happiness has never been my aim. Such a moral system would only suffice for the simple-minded. If you set happiness as your objective, you will inevitably encounter disappointment. However, if you aim for peace, you will find contentment. If a situation is bearable, then endure it with grace. Cease your complaints. One should not merely wish for things to remain unchanged, not looking forward or back through the ages, not simply tolerating what is necessary, nor hiding it away, but embracing it with love. This is the essence of Stoicism, learning to lead a fulfilling life by cultivating inner peace, grounded in the confidence to overcome life's challenges. The primary principle is to maintain a serene spirit, and the second is to confront reality with open eyes, recognizing things for what they truly are. A wise person is not elated by success nor disheartened by failure, for they have consistently sought to rely on their own strength and find joy within themselves. The grand law of nature is perpetual motion. There is no final destination. Do not just articulate your philosophy, live it. I take joy in observing the world, content with what I do not possess. The person who smiles after being robbed takes something away from the thief. Stoicism is about taming emotions, not eradicating them. A Stoic is someone who turns fear into caution, pain into growth, mistakes into learning experiences, and desire into action. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a calm and rational mindset regardless of our circumstances, helping us to focus on what we can influence and to let go of what we cannot, finding acceptance in the process. Stoicism, when correctly understood, serves as a remedy for the ailments that afflict humanity: anxiety, sorrow, fear, and a host of other negative emotions that hinder us from living joyfully. Life may sometimes deal us a harsh blow, but it is crucial to hold on to our faith. Do not squander time debating the qualities of a good person. Instead, strive to embody those virtues. The true hero is the one who triumphs over his own anger and hatred. Wisdom is the art of discerning what to disregard. True wealth is not measured by the abundance of one's possessions, but by the scarcity of one's desires. A wise individual does not lament over what they lack but celebrates what they have. When faced with something displeasing, the appropriate response is to take action to change it. If change is not within your power, then alter your perspective on the matter. Avoid complaining, for you have dominion over your mind, not the events that occur around you. Recognize this truth, and you will discover your inner strength. There is but one freedom that cannot be taken from a person: the freedom to choose one's attitude in any situation, to chart one's own course. I will encounter many who are ensnared by drunkenness, lust, ingratitude, greed, and the fervor of ambition. Set aside time to live with the barest necessities, wearing simple and rough attire, and reflect. Is this the state I feared? It is not the person who has too little, but the one who insatiably craves more, who is truly impoverished. Life may be likened to a shipwreck, yet we must not forget to sing as we navigate the lifeboats. Often, what we fear to do is precisely what we most need to undertake. The possessions we accumulate end up possessing us. Can one be a cheerful pessimist? That's what I am. It's not about daily growth, but daily reduction. Strip away the non-essential. The closer to the source, the less waste there is. The reason for having 2 ears and 1 mouth is to listen more and speak less. I only start speaking when I'm sure my words are not better left unspoken. If every little thing irritates you, how will you ever polish your mirror? Nothing is permanent except change. Why should we be so concerned with the opinions of the majority? Be tolerant of others and demanding of yourself. Organize your soul. Minimize your desires. With the fewest wants, I am closest to the divine. No human affair is of great importance. Ensure your survival. The obstacle is the path forward. Prosperous times make us complacent. Our desires leave us exposed. Embrace resistance and pain. The sky is not the limit, the mind is. Problems are a creation of the human mind. Discomfort is the price of success. Demonstrate, don't just tell. Discomfort is a wise teacher. Do what's right, and the rest is irrelevant. Complaining is always a form of non-acceptance. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't transform you. What lies behind success? The answer in one word: rationale. Be present, above all else. Don't seek perfection. Aim for resilience. Peace is found in the imperfect now. You'll be criticized for doing the right thing. Do it anyway. Think long-term, act short-term, experience the moment. Your reactions amplify everything. While we wait for life, it slips away. There's no genius without a hint of madness. Live your life as if you're the hero of your own story. Keep your intentions pure. Emotions will try to sidetrack you. Persevere, that's the remedy. Do what you will, even if it tears you apart. Most people will keep doing the same things. It can only ruin your life if it destroys your character. Otherwise, it can't harm you, inside or out. Every hour, focus your mind intently on the task at hand, with dignity, compassion, kindness, and freedom, and let go of all other thoughts. You will achieve this if you treat each action as if it were your last. There are 2 incredibly useful insights you'll find yourself returning to. First, that external events cannot touch the mind. They are external and inanimate. Anxiety only arises from our internal judgments. Second, that everything you see is in a constant state of flux, changing almost as you observe them, and then ceasing to be. Keep reminding yourself of all the changes you've already witnessed. The universe is in a state of perpetual change. Life is a series of judgments. Strengthen your mind by exposing it to challenges. Our most profound moments often occur when we are feeling deeply uncomfortable, unhappy, or unfulfilled. It is in these moments, driven by our discomfort, that we are most likely to break free from our routines and begin seeking alternative paths or more authentic answers. Master your perceptions, guide your actions wisely, and willingly accept what lies beyond your control. In life, it's not about what happens to you or where you come from. It's about what you do with your circumstances and the opportunities you've been given. Never allow those who choose the easy path to divert you from your chosen path of greater resistance. Short-term thinking is pervasive, with noisy squabbles over insignificant rewards. The long-term thinker will emerge as the victor. Aim to win the decade, not just the day. How do you progress? 1 step at a time. How do you shed weight? 1 kilogram at a time. How do you write a book? 1 page at a time. How do you build a relationship? 1 day at a time. In a world fixated on speed, never lose sight of the fact that truly valuable things require time. Commit yourself fully to your pursuits. Resolve to shape your character through exceptional actions and be prepared to pay the price for a noble goal. The challenges you face will reveal your inner strengths. Now is the time to take your goals seriously. How much longer can you delay becoming who you truly aspire to be? Your higher self cannot wait any longer. Put your principles into action now. No more excuses or procrastination. This is your life. Choose to be exceptional and take the necessary steps today. We should not blindly follow the crowd like sheep, going where others go instead of where we should go. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to grow. Embrace those who can contribute to your improvement. It's a two-way street. We learn as we teach. Greet each new day as if it were the best day of your life, and make it yours. We must capture what flees from within. We should stand out in every way, yet our appearance should blend in with the masses. We often forget that simply being alive is an incredible stroke of luck, a rare event, a monumental chance occurrence. It is through difficulty that genius is awakened. A Stoic is like a Buddhist with an edge. Missing a train is only painful if you chase after it. Similarly, not meeting others' expectations of success is only painful if you're striving for their approval. If you desire to wear a crown, why not fashion one from roses? You'll look even more regal. If you find yourself taking life too seriously, remember that we are just talking monkeys on a spaceship made of organic materials, journeying through the cosmos. Don't let negative people occupy your thoughts for free. In the grand scheme, we are like bacteria to the universe. We're essentially monkeys on a tiny planet, circling a modest star in an immense galaxy, which itself is part of an unfathomably vast universe, potentially just a fragment of a gigantic multiverse. Don't be someone who relies on the weather report to plan their next day's activities. Why did this happen to me? Why not? Life events will never align perfectly with your desires. Keep moving forward. If someone tells you that another person is speaking ill of you, don't make excuses for what was said. Instead, respond, "They must be unaware of my other faults, or they would have mentioned those as well. I must die. If it's now, then I die now. If it's later, then I'll make lunch for now, as it's lunchtime, and I'll deal with dying later." The average person is a conformist, enduring misery and disaster with the stoicism of a cow in the rain. To illuminate, one must endure the burn. Life is rife with hostility, some of it blatant, some of it cunning and covert. Expect the river of life to be untamed, full of surprises, and challenging. To expect otherwise is to live in a fantasy. You fear death, but tell me, is the life you lead truly any different from being dead? There's no need to search for the reward of a righteous act. The act itself offers a greater reward. A nation is born with Stoic values but dies with Epicurean ones. Desire is a pact you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. Our existence is infinitesimally small, like a firefly flickering once in the night. The universe has existed for eons and is incredibly vast. Even a cursory study of science reveals that, for all intents and purposes, we are insignificant. We're not here for long, and we don't matter much in the grand scheme. Nothing we do is permanent. Eventually, you, your works, your children, and your thoughts will all fade away. This planet, this sun, will all vanish. Everything will be gone. True stoicism comes effortlessly when you've dismantled all the mental constructs that cause reactions. Show me someone who values their actions more than the success they bring, someone for whom the manner of achievement is more important than the achievement itself. While out walking, who truly contemplates the act of walking itself? Who focuses on the process of planning, not just the outcomes? We live in an age of universal exaggeration. Each day brings a new triviality masquerading as an emergency. Doubt your initial reactions. Start with the presumption that you're overreacting. Save your emotional energy for what truly matters. You will eventually pass away, and the world will continue on. Why do I persist in harmful behaviors, indulging in habits I know are detrimental to me? Because they provide pleasure or help avoid discomfort, and I am too weak to forego a little pleasure or endure a little discomfort. Disregard the mind. Follow the heart. Silence the noise of the crowd. Everyone confronts challenges more courageously when they have prepared for them in advance. Even sufferings can be endured if one has trained for them. Those who are unprepared, however, are thrown into panic by the most minor events. What disturbs people is not the events themselves, but their perceptions of those events. You become what you give your attention to. If you don't consciously choose the thoughts and images you expose yourself to, someone else will do it for you. Remember that the past and future are indifferent to you, and that true happiness and well-being can only be found within you, in the present moment. Everything that happens does so as it should. This truth becomes apparent when you observe closely. Reflect on those who have felt intense anger, the most renowned, the most unfortunate, the most despised. Where are they now? Gone, like smoke, dust, legend, or even forgotten. Consider all the examples and how insignificant the things we desire so fervently truly are. Everything that occurs is either bearable or not. If it's bearable, then endure it without complaint. If it's unbearable, then cease your complaints. Your end will also mark its end. Remember, you can endure anything if your mind perceives it as being in your best interest to do so. Spending an hour deeply reflecting on your own moral shortcomings will make you far more forgiving of others' imperfections. Many people will opt for the security of servitude over the uncertainty of freedom. Conviction is far more potent than positive thinking. Positive thinking is fragile and can be easily shattered by random misfortune, which is an inescapable part of life. Conviction, however, steers you through adversity. It doesn't wish it away. Purpose surpasses positivity. Much of what others know isn't worth knowing. Always embrace resignation and acceptance. Always act with prudence, honor, and a sense of duty. Uncertainty is an uncomfortable state, but certainty is an absurd one. The phrase I most often repeat to myself is a single word: accept. True rewards, wealth, knowledge, love, fitness, and equanimity come from disregarding others and focusing on self-improvement. A person's greatness is inversely proportional to the smallest thing that can provoke them. Some individuals can delay gratification, while others don't seek it at all. Aim to be among the latter. Show me someone for whom success is less important than the manner in which it is achieved, someone who values the means over the ends of their actions. I want to meet this person. This is the individual I have been searching for, the true genius. The primary task in life is to distinguish and separate matters, so you can clearly identify which are external factors beyond your control and which pertain to the choices you do control. Learn to disengage from the chaos of the battlefield. The wise person requires nothing and yet can make use of anything, whereas the fallen individual needs many things but can make use of none. Welcome what comes and let go of what goes. Pursue nothing and cling to nothing. Remain unperturbed. Wisdom is found in joyfully accepting whatever life presents to you. Stop allowing yourself to complain about public life, even to your own ears. Don't assume something is impossible just because it's difficult for you. Instead, recognize that if it's humanly possible, you can achieve it as well. People seek retreats for themselves in the countryside, by the sea, or in the mountains. Yet, there is nowhere a person can find a more peaceful and trouble-free retreat than in their own soul. Short-term thinking leads to desperation, stinginess, and impulsiveness. Long-term thinking fosters calmness, generosity, and self-control. What is the work of a master? A solemn-faced visitor asked. To teach people to laugh, the master replied seriously. Understand what you can control and what you cannot. Disregard the things you can't control and invest your energy into what you can. Intelligence involves ignoring irrelevant matters. The wise person listens for meaning, while the fool only hears the noise. Heroes are heroic because of their actions, not because they won or lost. You have the options to change a situation, accept it, or leave it. What is not a good choice is to sit around wishing you could change it but not taking action, wishing you would leave it but staying put, and not accepting it. True happiness is enjoying the present without anxious reliance on the future, not entertaining ourselves with hopes or fears, but being content with what we have, which is enough. But he who is content lacks nothing. Until we start living without them, we fail to recognize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not out of necessity, but simply because we had them. We must adopt a higher perspective on all matters and endure them with greater ease. It is more becoming of a person to mock life than to lament it. He who laughs at humanity holds out better hopes for its improvement than he who mourns for it, for the former leaves open the possibility of progress, while the latter foolishly weeps over what he has given up all hope of fixing. Peace does not imply being in a place devoid of noise, trouble, or hard work. It means being in the midst of these challenges and still maintaining calmness in your heart. If we can concentrate on distinguishing what parts of our day are within our control and what parts are not, we will not only be happier, but we will also have a clear advantage over others who fail to realize they are fighting a battle they cannot win. The world might label you a pessimist. Why should you care? It's far preferable to appear as a realist than to be caught off guard or blindsided. No one is asking you to view the world through rose-colored glasses. Take a deep breath, become present in the moment, and ask yourself, what is important right now? You cannot overestimate the unimportance of almost everything.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to receive great videos every day from the Quotes of Stoic channel. Goodbye and see you again.